Thanks, Mike Wheatfold, for keeping everything nice and tight back there at the studios, and we're going to try and see if we can nail our feet down to the roof of the concession stand here at Argyle and not get blowing away and bring you this football game. The officials are out of the Grand Forks Association. The Argyle Eagles will be kicking off. Stephen Tigers won the toss, and they'll defend the goal to my left. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what effect this wind has on the game. The football field here at Argyle, north and south, so it's a cross wind blowing right across the center of the field. The ball teed up at the 30-yard line by Argyle, and Gary Gruholt steps into it. It's a low-line drive kick. It's picked up at the 10-yard line, brought to the near sideline by Gary Regimball. Regimball gets out to the 15, 16, down at the 17-yard line along the near side of the field. Gary Regimball returning the opening kickoff, first down and 10. David Bergeron on the stop for the Argyle Eagles. First and 10 for Stephen, and spot the ball at their own 17-yard line. Just about lost quality on that one. Every once in a while we get a strong gust of wind to knock us back a couple steps. I formation in the backfield. And there's a loose football. It's picked up by the Argyle Eagles. The Stephen Tigers lined up in the I formation. Wayne Carlson took the snap, and Doug Schindley and Gary Regimball ran a crisscross out of the I formation, and a broken play. The ball was just laying there loose as Carlson was looking for someone to give it to, and there was nobody there. And the Argyle Eagles recover. John Hedquist with the recovery, and the Eagles take over, first down and 10 at the 16-yard line in Stephen territory. Here's Argyle at the line of scrimmage. The handoff goes right over the middle, and carrying the ball for Argyle. Bergeron, the quarterback, gave it off to Jay Labine, and Labine's got 2 yards to the 14-yard line. 13, they spot the ball. Pick up on that carry of about 4-yard gain. We'll spot the ball at the 12 and call it a 4-yard gain. Jay Labine picks up 4 on the first Argyle play from scrimmage. Here comes play number 2. Bergeron gives the ball off over the middle. This time, packing the pigskin and going straight forward is Mike Labine. Mike Labine, a senior, 5'6", 150 pounds, and he is down at the 10-yard line. Picked up 2 more. It's a third down and short yardage situation. 3rd and 2 coming up now for Argyle. Stop in and say hello at Home Lumber in Stephen. Home Lumber, Thief Falls and Stephen is your insulation headquarters. Make sure your home is well insulated this fall and winter, weather stripped and ready for the cold north wind too. Home Lumber, Thief Falls and Stephen, your insulation headquarters. I formation in the backfield. The 2 Labine boys lined up behind Bergeron. The give to number 44 on the right side in for a touchdown as Mike Labine goes over from 10 yards out. Mike Labine out of the power I formation, slanted to the right side into the end zone, standing up for the touchdown, and the Argyle Eagles go on the board by a score of 6-0. 10-12, the time remaining in the first quarter of play, so it took the Argyle Eagles about 2 minutes to score that first touchdown. Eagles up to the line of scrimmage, as we're going to go right now for the 2 extra points. David Bergeron at quarterback. Full house backfield this time. The give is right over the middle, and in for the 2 extra points is Mike Labine. Mike Labine, number 44, getting blocking from Jay Labine, and Argyle tallies the 2 extra points. They go out in front by a score of 8-0 here at Argyle. Burns Body Shop in Stephen is located on the east edge of town, right off Highway 75. Burn handles all forms of bodywork and glass installation. Frame straightening too at Burns Body Shop of Stephen. I saw it in the Messenger. I read it in the Messenger. The Messenger is a newspaper for the Stephen and Argyle and western Marshall County area. Read the Messenger each and every week, and remember them for your commercial printing too. The Argyle Eagles out in front, 8-0. A short kickoff. It's taken at the 18-yard line and brought up the center of the field. Doug Schindley returning the kickoff, a short kickoff by Gruholt, and he's down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards shy of midfield. This is a 9-man game. The field is 80 yards long, 40 yards wide. The 40 is the midfield stripe. Here are the Tigers up to the line of scrimmage. Flanker out to the far side. Power I formation in the backfield. Quarterback is Wayne. The give is right over the middle, maybe a yard at the most. Ball carrier on the play for the Tigers is Gary Regenbold. He's got a yard out to the 32. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Go Goodyear at Lundin Oil Company in Stephen. On the farm tire service featuring all sizes of Goodyear tires. People depend on Goodyear from Lundin Oil in Stephen. The Argyle Eagles out in front on the touchdown run by Mike Levine. And he also got the 2 extra points. Carlson calling signals to give us to the right side, and Gary Regenbold, the ball carrier. 5'10", 175 pounds. He's out just shy of midfield to the 37-yard line. Brought down at the 37. 3rd down and short yardage coming up for Stephen. 3rd down and 3. Again, the flankers out to the far side. Deuce in the backfield. Ends are in tight. Carlson, the give is over the middle, and he did not get any running room at all. Stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Doug Shinley, the ball carrier. I'm going to check here with Vic Flatton for just a minute. Vic, that was Mike Levine that got the touchdown right. Was it Jay that got the 2 extra points? I was trying to remember who got the 2 extra points. I think it was Mike Levine that picked up both of them. We'll credit him with the touchdown and the 2 extra points, unless we hear different. The 2 Levine boys' numbers are somewhat similar, 44 and 40. Back in punt formation, the Stephen Tigers on 4th down and 3 will punt the ball away. A good snap is back, and a nice kick. It is out of bounds, but a nice kick by Doug Shinley will put Argyle 1st down and 10. Let's see where the officials mark the ball. Looks like at the 19-yard line, right. A nice kick by Shinley, considering that he had this crosswind to contend with. And it's 1st down and 10 for Stephen at their own 19. For fuel oil in the Stephen area, contact John Field, your Standard Oil and Amoco Petroleum products man in the Stephen area. John Field of Field Oil Company for Standard Oil products and your Amoco Petroleum needs. The Argyle Eagles have called a timeout here in the 1st quarter of play. They stopped the clock with 8 minutes and 7 seconds left to go in the 1st quarter. Argyle leading 8-0. RCA Color TV is yours from Sunsol TV and Appliance in Stephen. See Sunsol TV and Appliance in Stephen for RCA Color TV. Watch the football games in living color this year and trade in your old color set right now on a brand new RCA at Sunsol TV and Appliance in Stephen. H&S Manufacturing of Stephen says if you need something special done, give us a call. Their motto is, you name it, we'll build it. All work is guaranteed. Phone Stephen H&S Manufacturing. H&S Manufacturing of Stephen, and they'll do the job and do it right. The Farmers State Bank of Stephen, growing right with the Stephen area, and they want your savings to grow too. Check out the new program that's available the 1st of October. And remember the Farmers State Insurance Agency for all your insurance, too, at the Farmers State Bank. I formation in the backfield, 19-yard line. David Bergeron calling signals. Mike Levine, the ball carrier. Big hole over the middle as Levine gets out to the 25-yard line. Eric Hamness on the tackle for the Stephen Tigers. Pickup of 4.5 yards. Ball just shy of the 25. Power I formation, the 2 Levine boys behind David Bergeron. And again, this is number 44, Mike Levine carrying the ball, and he is out to the 30-yard line. He got the 1st down. 1st down marker was right at the 30. That's all he needed. It's 1st and 10 for the Argyle Eagles. On the stop, again, was Eric Hamness for the Stephen Tigers. Farmers in the know will always get top dollar for their grain when they market at the Stephen Farmers Co-op Elevator. Neil Sauter, the manager, his entire staff dedicated to serving the farmer. The best in service at the Stephen Farmers Co-op Elevator. I formation in the backfield. Second man through the hole. Again, this is Mike Levine, and he's out to the 32-yard line. Boy, he gets nice blocking in front of him out of that power I formation. Mike Levine out to the 32. Doug Shinley on the tackle for the Stephen Tigers. 6 minutes, 55 seconds left to go. First quarter of play. Argyle out in front, 8-0. Power Eyes still in the backfield. The handoff, Mike Levine. Again, he carries the ball, and he is to the 34-yard line. Brought down at the 34. On the tackle for the Stephen Tigers, Doyle Laudo. Real nice crowd on hand for this game here in Argyle. More people coming all the time. Third down play. Third down and about 6. High formation still in the backfield, and the reverse to the near side, the end around play. And coming this way with lots of running room is John Hedquist down the sideline, all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. The old end around play, John Hedquist goes in, and that is a 40-yard touchdown run by Hedquist. John Hedquist with the second Argyle Eagle touchdown. Mike Levine scored the first one. Eagles up to the line of scrimmage. Full house backfield this time. Ends are in tight. To the near side, and they do not get in for the 2 extra points. Trying to go over was Wayne Fullerett. Stopped short of the end zone. Brought down by Jeff Barovich of the Tigers. So the Eagles get the touchdown on the 40-yard run by John Hedquist on the end-around play, but no extra points. And the Eagles out in front, 12-0. There's a fun place to grocery shop in the Stephen area. It's Merv's Red Owl of Stephen. Merv has specials every week, and he takes pride in his nice, clean, well-kept store. People in the know grocery shop at Merv's Red Owl in Stephen. Get your ready-mix concrete and gravel needs right now at Benson Ready Mix in Stephen, right on Highway 75, the east edge of town. But hurry, the fall season's getting short. Stop in soon, get your gravel, your ready-mix concrete for a new driveway at Benson Ready Mix in Stephen. Low line drive, end over end kick. It's taken at the 15-yard line by Doug Schindley. Schindley fights his way forward, and he gets out to the 30. Brought down there, and it'll be the Stephen Tigers first down and 10 at their own 30-yard line. 14-0 is our score as the Argyle Eagles, with 2 touchdowns and 1 set of extra points, leading this ball game 14-0 over Stephen. I formation for the Stephen Tigers. Second man through the hole. Big opening. And all the way out to midfield and down at the 39-yard line in Argyle territory, Gary Regimbull. The second man under that power I formation. Both these teams go with that power I formation. And the up back in the I really has a job to do as far as blocking. But it seems like when he gets his man cleared out of there and clears that linebacker away, some big holes open up. The guys up front in both these offensive units, the interior linemen are doing their job too. Because that power I formation, when you run up the middle, it's just plain force that opens up the holes. Again out of the power I, Carlson gives the ball off right over the middle. Schindley, the ball carrier, and he's to the 37-yard line. He got about a yard, 2-yard gain. Centered him was 2. It'll be second down and 8. Jay Labine on the tackle for the Argyle Eagles. Clock continuing to run down. 4:55 left to go first quarter. 14-0. Argyle leading. Deuce formation in the backfield. The handoff over the middle. This is Schindley. Schindley slants to the far side, and he's got nowhere to go. Brought down for no gain on the play. John Hedquist on the tackle for the Argyle Eagles. Clock is down to 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Tell you what, Vic, you're going to sell the coffee here tonight. I know that. Deuce in the backfield this time for Stephen. Back to throw is quarterback Carlson. Fires it over the middle. He's got a receiver, and it's complete. Inside the 35 at the 34-yard line. The pass complete to the flanker back, Doyle Laudo. And the Stephen Tigers now, fourth down. And about 3 to go for the first down marker. Long 3 yards. They're going to drop back in punt formation. Schindler is at his own 35. And the Stephen Tigers jump offside. One of the interior linemen took a step, anticipated the count, or got mixed up on the count. Well, that means that Schindler will be kicking from his own 30. The Farmer Dell Steakhouse and Lounge in Argyle is a great place to go for an evening out, and you can enjoy the area's top bands at a great meal, too. You can hear the great sounds of Tattoo playing music of the 50s and 60s tonight at the Farmer Dell. Stop there after the game. Back in punt formation, Schindler will kick from his own 30. Good snap back. Nice high end-over-end kick, a lazy punt, and it's taken back at the 3-yard line by Jay Levine. He cuts to the near side of the field. Flag is down on the play, and Levine is pulled down out of bounds at the 14-yard line. Let's see what the yellow marker is about. It's against the Stephen Tigers, against the Argyle Eagles preliminary signal. Could be a clipping call. That's usually what it is when you see a flag a ways away from the play, or away from the man carrying the football. Personal foul clipping against the Argyle Eagles. That'll cost them 10 yards. Maximum penalty in 9-man football in Minnesota is a 10-yard infraction. And they're going to step it off against Argyle from the 14-yard line. Or from where he went out of bounds. The location of the football right now after the penalty is inside the 10 at the 8-yard line, 7-yard line, where it's first down for the Argyle Eagles. Bergeron, handoff over the middle. Big hole opens up on the near side, and Mike Levine, the ball carrier, finds running room, and he's out close to the 20-yard line, down at the 18. Levine picked off a nice 9-yard gain on that carry. Valley Coverall Service of Argyle, serving all of northwestern Minnesota with coverall and shop towel rentals, taking pride in serving this area. That's Valley Coverall Service, serving northwestern Minnesota and northeastern North Dakota. Mike Levine, again the ball carrier, takes the handoff from Bergeron, gets across the 20, and he's down at the 21-yard line. He got the first down. Picked up the first down yardage to the 21-yard line. First and 10 for the Argyle Eagles, 2:36 left to go. In this first quarter of play, Argyle out in front 14-0. Eagles up to the line of scrimmage. David Bergeron at quarterback sets his backfield. Levine in the power I. Second man through the hole. That's Mike Levine. And with Jay blocking in front of him, Mike Levine has 4 yards out to the 25. It'll be second down and 6. We're down to 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. I formation for the Argyle Eagles. They stay in the power I. Mike Levine, again, the ball carrier. Boy, he's getting his work out here tonight. Gets to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Pulled down. Nice ankle solo tackle by the Stephen Tigers, Eric Hamness. Hamness has looked good defensively here tonight for Argyle in this first quarter of play, or for Stephen in this first quarter of play, as he has many solo tackles himself. How big is that boy, Eric Hamness? Check him out here. 5'8", 155 pounds. He's a senior, not very big. Up to the line of scrimmage. They stay in the I formation. Argyle with the ball. Right over the middle. Out of the power I. And again, that's Mike Levine carrying the ball. Say, your Rural Electric Cooperative serving the Argyle area is PKM Electric Cooperative of Warren, proudly serving Argyle and the Stephen, the great farming areas of northwestern Minnesota. Remember, use your electricity wisely this winter. PKM Electric Cooperative can help you with energy-saving ideas. Eagles back in punt formation. A good snap back. And Mike Levine gets off a nice punt. It's bobbled at the 15-yard line, and Doyle Loudle decides to down it right there. Stephen Tigers will take over first down and 10 at their own 15. Stop in at Argyle TV and Appliance and talk to John Labarsky, and he'll explain to you the advantages of a quality Zenith Color TV. You'll enjoy Zenith's solid-state features, and you'll enjoy everything there is to see in a color TV when it wears the Zenith name, and the service goes with the sale, too. When you buy at Argyle TV and Appliance in the Argyle Mall, you stop in and talk to my buddy John Labarsky there. He'll give you a good deal on a new color TV. Jim Robertson of the Home Oil Company in Argyle is your Deep Rock fuel dealer. Give Jim a call and fill your fuel oil tank soon. Be ready for the winter months with a full tank of fuel oil from the Home Oil Company. Down to 30 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. Lars Carlson, the quarterback, takes the snap, gives the ball off over the middle, and there's no running room at all for Regimbald as he was met and dropped by the Argyle defensive unit led by Wayne Malm. No gain on the carry. 10 seconds left. I don't think Stephen's going to get another play off before the end of the quarter. 5 seconds left on the clock, and it's ticking down. And that's the end of the first quarter of play. The score at the end of the first quarter, it's the Argyle Eagles leading the Stephen Tigers 14-0. Farmers, have your grain screenings made into pellets at Rivard Quality Seeds of Argyle. Check with Kenny Schuster for their special price on grain screening pellets. Top quality livestock feed from Rivard Quality Seed in Argyle. Loringer Foods is your clean, fresh, convenient grocery store in the Argyle Shopping Mall, and Loringer Foods is a fun place to shop because everybody is so friendly and courteous. Loringer Foods in the Argyle Mall. Phil Heat from Phillips 66, the Valley Oil Company in Argyle. Let the north wind blow and stay nice and warm with Phil Heat this winter. Talk to Mike St. Germain. He'll fill your fuel oil tank. And if your car needs a tune-up, pull into the Valley Oil Company at the sign of Phillips 66 in Argyle and have their chief mechanic, Harlan Yell, work on it for you. He's top-notch when it comes to mechanical work on cars. That's at Valley Oil Company, sign of Phillips 66, where it's performance that counts in Argyle. Stephen Tigers now will start the second quarter, second down, and 12. Back at their own 13-yard line, they pick up 2 yards out to the 15, which was the original line of scrimmage when they started this series. Ball carrier on the play for a couple was Doug Shinley. 2-yard gain. Third down now and long, 3rd and 10 for Stephen. Deuce formation in the backfield for the Tigers. Flanker is in tight on the far side. Back to throw in the pocket, and nowhere to go. Scrambling is Wayne Carlson. He goes to the sidelines on the near side, pushed out of bounds way back at the 3-yard line. Carlson dropped back in the pocket. There is no one to throw the ball to, and he was buried, pushed out of bounds. And he's just lucky that he didn't go back any further because he was looking at his own end zone just about 3 steps behind him. Jay Labine with a good hard pass rush for the Argyle Eagles on that play. And, I don't like what I see in the northwestern skies. I don't like the looks of that at all, Paul. That looks like rain. And let's just hope it doesn't come this way for a while. Back in punt formation, the kick high in the air, partially blocked. And the ball is whistled dead at the 2-yard line. For the Stephen Tigers, Doug Shinley. No, it doesn't look very good, Vic. You hit the nail on the head there. That's right. There's rain clouds coming to the northwest of us, and I hope they maybe come at halftime and then fly right over. But they're moving this way. Stephen Tigers blocking Shinley's punt. Take over. First down and 10 at the 3-yard line. The pitch out goes to Mike Levine. He's in for the touchdown. A 3-yard run by Mike Levine. You know, saving makes a lot of sense, and many people are asking for savings accounts from the Argyle State Bank. Smart people know that saving is important. If you want to save for important objectives, you start a savings account right now at the Argyle State Bank. Every Thursday night is chicken special night at LaFon's Cafe in the Argyle Mall, and starting in October, their fish fries will begin. Sunday dinners, too, after church every Sunday at LaFon's Cafe. Here's the 2 extra points. And Argyle is not able to run the ball across. They tried a straight dive play over the middle, and the ball carrier was Jay Labine, and he did not get in. So with 10 minutes and 57 seconds left to go in the first half, the Eagles out in front over the Stephen Tigers, 20-0. Argyle Co-op Warehouse is proud to serve the Red River Valley farming area, and they serve the farmer with the finest in chemicals and fertilizer in the fall, too. Now, during the fall months, a good time to apply your anhydrous and contact Argyle Co-op Warehouse Association. You know, there's a lot of talk nowadays, too, about farm machinery. See the John Deere line of implements at Muzzy Farm Equipment in Argyle. Top quality service and a nice selection of used machinery, too, at Muzzy Farm Equipment. See the long green line from John Deere. High, end-over-end kick. It's in the end zone, and it'll come out to the 15-yard line. It'll be first down and 10. First down and 10 for the Stephen Tigers at their own 15. They trail 20-0 with 10:57 left to go in the first half. I don't know where these black clouds that are coming this way from the northwest blew in from, but I don't like the looks of them. That's putting it mildly. High formation in the backfield. Carlson loses the football. The Eagles have it. And touchdown Argyle. A tremendous pass rush put on Carlson as he was trying to drop back and throw on first down. And a good hard rush put on by the Argyle Eagles. John Hedquist hit the quarterback Carlson and then picked up the ball and went into the end zone. And I think we're going to credit him with about a 6-7 yard run, because that's about where he picked up the ball. We'll say a 7-yard touchdown run by John Hedquist. That's his second TD of the night. 26-0 right now. Full house backfield for the Argyle Eagles. And Mike Labine runs in the 2 extra points. It's now 28-0. 28-0. The Argyle Eagles leading the Stephen Tigers. Here in the first half of play, 10:52 left to go in the first half. For complete insurance services, see the Keith Solom Insurance Agency in Argyle. Keith offers personal service, and he can tailor your coverage to meet your needs. Keith Solom Insurance of Argyle. Since 1957, 20 years, better than 20 years. Better make that about 24 years of pleasant service. The Ethier Oil Company in Argyle features fine Standard Oil and Amoco Petroleum products. You always do well when you buy with Mel at the Ethier Oil Company in Argyle. High, booming, end-over-end kick. Back at the 1-yard line, the ball is fielded by Gary Regimbo. Regimbo across the 10, out to the 17, down at the 18-yard line. On the tackle was Mike Labine for the Argyle Eagles. Stephen, first down and 10 at their own 18-yard line. Keep that clock running there, Vic. Let's get this first half in before that rain comes. Maybe it'll go around us. Cross your fingers. Woo! High formation in the backfield. The pitch out. Loose football. Fumble on the play. Argyle recovers. Things are not going right for the Stephen Tigers here tonight. Gary Regimbo took the handoff. Fumbled the football. And the Argyle Eagles have recovered. And the Eagles were so joyous over recovering that ball, we didn't even catch who did it. We were busy holding on to the railing here to keep from getting blown off the place. John Hedquist. John Hedquist with the fumble recovery. He's having a whale of game defensively, and he's got 2 touchdowns, too, for Argyle tonight. David Bergeron gives the ball off to Jay Labine. And Labine runs over left guard. He's got a couple. 2 or 3 yard gain. Let's see where they mark it down. We'll call it a 4-yard pickup. Second down and 6. Jeff Borovich on the stop for the Stephen Tigers. Up to the line of scrimmage. Argyle with an I formation in the backfield. That's what they've used just about all night. Bergeron on the quarterback option, carrying the ball himself. He's inside the 10 and down at the 8-yard line. David Bergeron out of bounds at the 8. And it's a first down for the Argyle Eagles. First down and goal from the 8-yard line. Think for complete electrical services. Contact Noel Electric of Stephen. Jeff Noel says now's a good time to have your wiring checked and explore electric heating. That's Noel Electric of Stephen for complete electrical work. Your complete automotive supply headquarters in the great farming area of the Red River Valley is Wages Motor Supply. 2 locations, Warren and Stephen. And remember, at their Warren location, they now do machine shop work and custom tailpipe bending. Remember, for automotive parts, it's 1 location, Wages Motor Supply, Stephen and Warren. Crisscross in the backfield. This is Mike Levine, the ball carrier. He's down at the 5-yard line, picked up 3. It'll be second and goal from the 5 for the Argyle Eagles. Stop in and say hello at Home Lumber Company in Stephen and Thief River Falls. Your insulation headquarters is Home Lumber. Insulate your home, weather strip your windows and doors, be ready for winter and save money on home heating. Home Lumber, Thief River Falls and Stephen has all the insulation that you need. Straight handoff over the middle. This is Jay Levine, and he's down to the 1-yard line. Looked like he had a chance to go over, but did not make it in. Dropped at the 1. 8.5 minutes left to go. First half of play. The Argyle Eagles with a commanding 28-0 lead over the Stephen Tigers. Four touchdowns and 2 sets of extra points for Argyle. Thus far in the first half, they're knocking at the door again. Bergeron gives the ball off over the middle, but we got a flag down on the play. Jay Levine, the ball carrier. He was stopped short of the end zone, but a penalty flag is down. If it's against Argyle, it'll give Stephen a little more running room. And if it's against the Stephen Tigers, well, it really won't make much difference because they're at the 1-yard line right now. It just means that they'll go half the distance to the goal. They'll be 1.5 feet away. Preliminary signal is that the penalty is against Argyle as they're talking to the Stephen co-captains. Byrne's Body Shop in Stephen, located on the east edge of town, right off Highway 75. Byrne handles all forms of body work and glass installation, frame straightening too. Byrne's Body Shop of Stephen. Five-yard penalty puts the ball back at the 6-yard line. 8 minutes left to go, first half of play. Bergeron. Mike Levine, the ball carrier, stopped at the 1. And the people right now are scrambling for their cars. And any cover that they can find as the raindrops are starting to come down. And the wind is really whistling right now. Argyle at the 1-yard line. Third down and goal. In for the touchdown is Jay Levine. Jay Levine gets the touchdown. And we're not going to keep any individual scoring here tonight because of the fact that it's just impossible to try and write and keep things under control in this wind. We're sorry, but we're not going to be able to give you the individual scoring as it's just going to be too tough to keep track of. And right now the rain is coming down too. Here we go. Extra point attempt. The pitch out. And trying to go in for the 2 extra points. Then he gets in. Is Wayne Fulleret. Bullerett goes over for the 2 extra points. 36-0, the Argyle Eagles leading the Stephen Tigers. How much time left on the clock? 7 minutes, 18 seconds. I saw it in the Messenger. I read it in the Messenger. The Messenger is the newspaper for the Stephen and Argyle and Western Marshall County area. Read the Messenger every week, and remember, for commercial printing, make it the Messenger. Go, go, Goodyear from Lundeen Oil Company in Stephen. On the farm tire service, too, featuring all sizes of Goodyear tires. People depend on Goodyear from Lundeen Oil in Stephen. Argyle kicking off. And the officials have tooted the whistle. Let's see what the problem is. The real problem is the wind and the rain. Let's see. A 5-yard penalty is against Argyle. Offside on the kickoff. They'll have to do it again from the 25. Say, for fuel oil in the Stephen area, contact John Field of the Field Oil Company, and he's your Standard Oil and Amoco Petroleum Products man. John Field of the Field Oil Company in Stephen. Okay, the Eagles will do it again at the 25-yard line. High end-over-end kick. And it goes out of bounds at the 5-yard line. The officials will bring it out. And spot the football at the 30, where it'll be first down and 10. RCA Color TV from Sunstall TV and Appliance in Stephen. RCA Color TV, where you can watch the football games in living color and really enjoy them. Yes, trade in your old color TV at Sunstall TV and Appliance in Stephen for a brand new RCA Color TV. Oh, this is going to be vicious before this is done, let me tell you. Oh, here comes the rain. Stephen Tigers with the ball. I tell you what, I've done a lot of football broadcasts in the last 10 years, but I can tell you right now, this is going to be one of the most miserable ones weather-wise that I've ever had the misfortune to do. Never have I seen a wind blow this strong, and you can hardly stand to look into the rain because the wind is just forcing the drops like BBs into your face. Stephen Tigers with the ball. We'll do the best we can. That's about all we can do. H&S Manufacturing of Stephen says if you need something special done, give them a call. The motto is, you name it and they'll build it. All work guaranteed at H&S Manufacturing of Stephen. 6.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Keep that clock running, Vic. Stephen Tigers with the ball at midfield. Handoff goes over the middle. Reginbull, the ball carrier, he's down at the 40, right at midfield. The Farmers State Bank is growing right with the great Stephen farming area, and they want your savings to grow too. They'll award you top interest for insurance. Remember the Farmers State Insurance Agency, located in the Farmers State Bank. Farmers in the know always get top dollar for their grain and whatever they produce on the farm when they sell to the Stephen Farmers Co-op Elevator. Neil Souter, the manager, and the entire staff, oh boy, dedicated to serving the farmer at the Stephen Farmers Co-op Elevator. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if the officials all of a sudden stop this one maybe right here for a few minutes and let this rain blow over. That's right, Vic, it's crazy. You hit it on the head there. Woo! That was a fourth down play, so the ball goes over to Argyle. The Eagles have it at the 40-yard line, right at midfield. Bergeron to Mike Labine, and he gets 5 yards to the 35. There's a fun place to grocery shop in the Stephen area. It's Merv's Red Owl. In Stephen, Merv has specials every week, takes pride in his nice, clean, well-kept store. Grocery shopping headquarters in the Stephen area is Merv's Red Owl. Argyle with the football. 4 minutes, 47 seconds to go, first half. Right straight over the middle. Mike Labine, the ball carrier, he has 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Ready Mix Concrete is ready right now, and gravel too at Benson Ready Mix in Stephen, right on Highway 75, east edge of town. Hurry, the fall season getting short. Your Ready Mix and your gravel before winter this year from Benson Ready Mix in Stephen. Argyle with the ball at midfield. 3rd down and 3. Hand off to the near side and finding running room, coming to the right side, trying to get around the end is Ray Safransky. Safransky gets to the 22-yard line. It's enough for an Eagle first down. The Farmer Dell Steakhouse and Lounge in Argyle, a great place to go for an evening out. You can enjoy the area's top bands and a great meal, too. Tonight, it's Tattoo with music from the 50s and the 60s at the Farmer Dell, Argyle, right on Highway 75. I formation for the Eagles, first down and 10. Mike Labine, the ball carrier, sliding to the left side. He gets to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Brought down right there. And the clock is ticking away, too, and that's good. I think the rain has let up right now. There doesn't appear to be too much coming down, but boy, that wind is a-humming. Mike Weefold back at the studios. We're not going to have any recap from here at all. At the end of the first half, we're just going to announce the score and throw it back to you and let you take it. Valley Coverall Service of Argyle, and serving all of northwestern Minnesota and northeastern North Dakota with coverall and shop towel rental. Taking pride in serving this area. Remember, Valley Coverall Service of Argyle. I formation in the backfield. David Bergeron calling signals. And the pitch out is back to Mike Labine. He makes a cut back. Labine is down at the 12-yard line. About a yard shy of the first down marker. That's at the 11. Your Rural Electric Cooperative serving the Argyle and Stephen areas is PKM Electric Cooperative of Warren. Remember, use your electricity wisely. You'll save energy, time, and money. PKM Electric Cooperative serving the Argyle and Stephen areas, your REA. 2.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Bergeron, the quarterback. Mike Labine to the far sidelines, and he's in for the touchdown. Levine goes over, and it's 42-0. The Argyle Eagles leading. 2:26 to go in the first half. Boy, this has been all Argyle here tonight. Stop in at the Argyle TV and Appliance. Talk to John Lebarsky. Take advantage of special prices and quality Zenith Color TVs. You'll enjoy Zenith solid-state features. Stop in and save right now. Zenith TV from Argyle TV and Appliance of Argyle. And Jim Robertson of the Home Oil Company is your Deep Rock fuel dealer. Give Jim a call. Fill your fuel oil tank right now and be ready for winter. A fill of fuel oil, bulk delivery of petroleum products from your Deep Rock dealer, Jim Robertson Home Oil Company. Eagles want to pass for the 2 extra points, and they do and get it. Quarterback David Bergeron hitting Roger St. Germain for the 2 extra points, and it's now a 44-0 ball game. Say farmers, have your grain screenings made into pellets at Rivard Quality Seeds of Argyle. Check with Kenny Schuster for the special price on grain screening pellets. Top quality livestock feed at Rivard Quality Seed in Argyle. Well, I tell you what, the rain has let up a little bit. That's good. I was afraid we were going to really get a downpour, but we didn't. We just had a real light rain, but the force of this northwest wind, man, it just drove those raindrops into you, and it felt like you were getting shot by a BB gun. Argyle Eagles kicking off now. They lead 44-0. All right, booming, end over end kick taken by Doug Shinley back at the 10, 15, 20-yard line, and he's down at the 22. Loringer Foods is your clean, fresh convenience grocery store in the Argyle Shopping Mall. Loringer Foods, a great place to shop because everybody's so friendly and courteous. Loringer Foods in the Argyle Mall. We're down to 2 minutes, 20 seconds left to go in the first half. Argyle 44, Stephan nothing. Boy, I'm looking forward to that halftime break just to get in the car and warm up a little bit. Temperature-wise, it's not that bad, but boy, this wind and this real light rain goes right through you. Straight handoff over the middle, no running room. It'll be second down and 10 for Stephan. Phil Heat from Phillips 66 of the Valley Oil Company in Argyle. Let the cold north wind blow and stay nice and warm with Phil Heat this winter. Talk to Mike St. Germain. He'll get that fuel oil tank of yours filled up. And for car care, it's Valley Oil Company and Harlan Yell, their chief mechanic. You know, saving makes a lot of sense nowadays, too. Many people are asking for savings accounts from the Argyle State Bank. Smart people know that saving for the future is important. Let the Argyle State Bank help you with top interest on your savings. Stephan Tigers are just going to run out the clock here in the first half. There's a minute 24 left to go. 44-0, Argyle leading. Every Thursday night is chicken special night at LaFon's Cafe in the Argyle Mall. And also, coming up soon, Friday night fish specials. Sunday dinners, too, are the greatest. Book your meetings, parties, and banquets for the holiday season early this year at LaFon's Cafe in the Argyle Mall. The Argyle Co-op Warehouse is proud of the rich Red River Valley farming area and serving farmers with the finest in chemicals and fertilizer. Now, during the fall months, the best time to apply anhydrous from Argyle Co-op Warehouse. 48 seconds left to go in the first half. Stephan Tigers with the ball at midfield. They're going to run out the clock. And we're going to run to the car in just a moment. There's a lot of talk about farm machinery nowadays. See the John Deere line of implements at Muzzy Farm Equipment, Argyle. Top quality service and a nice selection, too, of used machinery at Muzzy Farm Equipment. For complete insurance services, see the Keith Solom Insurance Agency in Argyle. Keith has personal service, and he can deliver your coverage to meet your needs. Keith Solom Insurance of Argyle. 13 seconds left to go in the first half. Stephan Tigers with the ball at midfield. 9 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's the end of the first half. Since 1957, 20 years of personal, pleasant service. The Ethier Oil Company in Argyle. 24 years of service with Standard Oil and Amoco Petroleum products. You always do well when you buy with Mel from the Ethier Oil Company in Argyle. We're not going to recap the scoring because we haven't been able to keep track of it. 44-0. The Argyle Eagles leading the Stephan Tigers on a real miserable night for football here in Argyle, no question about it. Our score is 44-0. The Stephen Tigers trailing the Argyle Eagles. It's all Argyle here in the first half of play. Again, the score, 44-0. Argyle leading Stephen. Mike, back to you at the studios. Okay. The bounce off his shoulder pad. Has to pick it up at the 5-yard line. He comes out to the 10, and he goes down right there. Doug Shinley returning the kickoff 5 yards. It's first down and 10 for the Stephen Tigers at their own 10-yard line. Argyle 44, Stephen nothing. Tigers up to the line of scrimmage. Wayne Carlson, sophomore quarterback, calling signals. Handoff goes right over the middle. And about a 2-yard gain, Doug Shinley, the ball carrier, and that's it. 2-yard pickup, flag is down on the play. Face mask violation against the Argyle. Face mask is the call. Penalty against the Eagles will cost them 10 yards. Should bring the ball out to about the 20-yard line. First and 10 for Stephen at their own 20. Argyle with a commanding 44-0 lead. Eagles set their defense. Stephen up to the line of scrimmage. First and 10. After the 10-yard penalty for face mask violation. Pitch out goes on the left side and trying to find some running room. Nowhere to go. Gary Reginbold brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down and 10. Line of scrimmage stays the 20-yard line. Say for complete electrical servicing, contact Noel Electric of Stephen. Jeff Noel says now's the time to have your wiring checked and explore electrical heating. Noel Electric of Stephen, your electrical servicing man in the Stephen area. Crisscross in the backfield, fumble in the play. Argyle has recovered. Ball's recovered inside the 20 at the 18-yard line by Jay Labine. Argyle first down and 10 at the 18 in Stephen territory. Your complete automotive supply headquarters in the Stephen area and the Warren area too is Wages Motor Supply. That's Wages Motor Supply, Stephen and Warren. Remember, they do machine shop work at the Warren location, custom tailpipe bending too. At Wages Motor Supply of Stephen and Warren, serving the great farming area of the Red River Valley. I formation in the backfield and a fumble on the snap. I believe Bergeron didn't handle it cleanly, had trouble with it, just went straight forward. Let's see. John Hedquist, I believe, came off the ball. The ball is at the 14-yard line, so on that broken play, Argyle still picked up about 4 yards. High formation. Bergeron pitches back to, let's see, I think it's one of the Labine boys. Right, Jay Labine. Number 40. Mike Labine wears 44. And, right, Jay Labine is to the 12-yard line. It'll be third down and 4, or third down and about 3.5 to go for the first down marker. Power I formation for the Eagles. Under 10 minutes left to go in the third quarter. And they fumble. Handoff not taken cleanly by Jay Labine. Loses control of it. So it's now fourth down for Argyle. Why don't you stop in and say hello to the folks at Home Lumber Company in Stephen. Home Lumber in Stephen and Thief River Falls, your insulation headquarters this time of the year. Weather stripping for doors and windows, insulation too. Home Lumber, Thief River Falls and Stephen, your one-stop building centers. Handoff over the middle, and they did not get the first down. The ball will go over to the Stephen Tigers, first down and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Stephen, first down and 10 at their own 12 with 8:41 left to go, third quarter of play. Argyle commanding lead of 44-0 over Stephen. Up to the line of scrimmage. Handoff from Carlson goes right over the middle, and carrying the ball is Gary Regimbol. He's got 3 yards on that gain. 2-yard pickup, rather. Second down and 8 coming up for Stephen. Burns Body Shop in Stephen, located on the east edge of town, right on Highway 75. Now, Vern handles all forms of body work and does glass installation and frame straightening, too. Burns Body Shop of Stephen. Deuce formation in the backfield. The pitch out to the near side. Shindley, the ball carrier, and he's got nowhere to go. He's caught right at the line of scrimmage, dropped down there. No gain on the play. It'll be third down and long yardage coming up for the Stephen Tigers. Stephen trailing Argyle 44-0 with 7:42 to go in the third quarter of play. Tigers up to the line of scrimmage. Carlson back in the pocket, wants to throw, and he's tackled in the end zone for a safety. John Hedquist of the Argyle Eagles with a quarterback sack on Wayne Carlson, throwing him to the ground in the end zone for a safety. Well, that's 2 more for Argyle. 46-0, Argyle leading. And now the Stephen Tigers will have to punt the ball away. High spiraling kick. It's taken by Mike Levine, and he's down at the 22-yard line in Stephen territory. Was there no safety? There must have been a safety. Free kick. Yeah, it was a free kick from the 3-yard line after the safety. Full house backfield for the Argyle Eagles. They still have their number 1 unit in there. Handoff goes over the middle, and let's see. Wayne Fulleret, the ball carrier. There was no safety? Well, he sure tackled him in the end zone, didn't he? I thought so. I thought so, too. Well, apparently, Hedquist did not tackle Carlson in the end zone, but the closest thing I've ever seen to it. So there was not a safety on that. It was just a regular 4th down punt. I was kind of surprised. We didn't see any sign from the official either. That should have been our first indication of it, but it sure looked like he was in the end zone from here. Of course, our glasses are full of raindrops again now, and we're not exactly seen as well as we can either. It was at the 2-yard line, right? Okay. Argyle Eagles with the ball. 5.5 minutes left to go. Third quarter play. This third quarter going right along. And that's good. The end around play for the Eagles. And that's Sean Hunstead carrying the ball. Little gain on the carry. Argyle with it. 4th down now. Stephen, 21-yard line. I saw it in the Messenger. I read it in the Messenger. The Messenger is the great little newspaper for Stephen and Argyle and Western Marshall County. Read the Messenger every week and remember them for commercial printing, too. Argyle back to pass on 4th down. Incomplete. The ball will go over to the Stephen Tigers, and here comes the rain. Go, go, Goodyear at Lundin Oil Company in Stephen. On the farm tire service featuring all sizes of Goodyear tires. Depend on Goodyear from Lundin Oil in Stephen. For fuel oil in the Stephen and Argyle areas, contact John Field, your Standard Oil man in Stephen. Call on the Field Oil Company for Standard Oil products. John Field of the Field Oil Company, your Standard Oil and Amoco Petroleum Products man. Stephen Tigers, first down and 10. No gain on the play. Straight dive play right over the middle. Gary Regenball had no running room, and the crowd is really starting to scatter right now as the rain is coming down, and I wouldn't mind scattering right with them, except we're going to hang in here as long as we can. 4:52 to go, third quarter of play. Argyle's leading 44-0. And the officials have called a timeout. They want some lights off. Some of the people are taking off right now and turning on their headlights. Clock is running now. Stephen with the ball at their own 20-yard line. And again, we've got that rain that makes it awfully tough to look face first into it. Handoff over the middle. No gain on the carry. Four minutes and 20 seconds left to go. Four minutes and 20 seconds left to go, third quarter of play. You can get the best in color TV from Sunstall TV and Appliance in Stephen. Yes, Stephen is the place to go when you're looking for a great color TV. And the man to talk to there is Lawrence or Phyllis Sunstall of Sunstall TV and Appliance. Stephen Tigers running the ball right straight forward. We're into the fourth quarter. The Farmer Dell Steakhouse and Lounge in Argyle is a great place to go for an evening out. You can enjoy the area's top bands and a great meal, too. I think I'm going to stop there for a bowl of soup on the way home. At the Farmer Dell. That's all. Boy, a nice big bowl of clam chowder and crackers would hit the spot right now, let me tell you that. Handoff over the middle, loose football, and I think the Argyle Eagles have recovered. No, Stephen with the ball. John Hedquist is down there in the bottom of the pile, but the fumble recovered by Gary Regenball, who was the ball carrier. Well, we got 11 minutes left to go in this game. 50-0, Argyle leading Stephen. Valley Coverall Service of Argyle, serving all of northwestern Minnesota and northeastern North Dakota with coverall and shop towel rental. Taking pride in service to the area. The number to call for complete service is in your phone book. It's Valley Coverall Service. Stephen Tigers with the ball, close to midfield. Both teams using a lot of substitutions right now as the game is all wrapped up. 50-0, the Argyle Eagles leading the Stephen Tigers. Next Friday afternoon, we hope to be up in Greenbush to take a look at the Greenbush Tigers and Marshall County Central of New Fulton. That's a 4 o'clock game next Friday, and we've kind of set our sights on that one for our featured Friday afternoon game next week. Stephen, fourth down, will punt the ball. Snap is back. Shinley gets off a line drive, end over end kick. And Jay Labine has it at the 12, 15, 20, 25. It's down at the 30-yard line on the near side of the field. Jay Labine gives his team excellent field position. 31 if you want it exact. First down and 10 for the Argyle Eagles at their own 31-yard line. 10.5 minutes left to go in the football game. Remember, your rural electric cooperative serving the Argyle and Stephen areas is PKM Electric Cooperative of Warren. And remember to use your electricity wisely this winter, too. Save time, energy, and money by using your electricity wisely at from PKM Electric Cooperative, your REA in the Stephen and Argyle area. I formation in the backfield. Bergeron is the quarterback. Fakes to Fulleret. Pitches out to Jay Labine. Labine around the corner, and he's out to midfield. And hauled down on the far sidelines. I think he got out of bounds. Right, the clock is stopped with 10:28 left to go in the fourth quarter. .28 time remaining in the football game. 50-0, the Argyle Eagles with an impressive offensive showing here tonight. I formation. And Argyle keeping the ball on the ground. And Argyle now exchanging a lot of ball players. Clock is running. Getting close to 10 minutes left to go in the contest. Stop in at Argyle TV and Appliance and take advantage of a special price right now on a quality Zenith Color TV. You'll enjoy Zenith's solid-state features. Stop in and take a look at the RCA or the Zenith Color TVs that you'll find. You can trade in your present model. And Zenith Color TV is something that's terrific for 1982. You have to see it to believe it at Argyle TV and Appliance in Argyle. See John Labarsky there. Service goes with the sale when you buy your next TV at Argyle TV and Appliance. Clock down to 9:45 to go in the football game. Stephen Tigers with the ball right at midfield. Handoff right up over the middle. And there's a short gain on the carry. Gary Reginbold picked up about 3 yards. Attaway, boys. Just keep the ball on the ground and keep that clock a-running. Keep that soup nice and hot at the Farmer Dell. Plenty of crackers there, too. Back to pass is Carlson. Fires it over the middle. It's incomplete. Knocked away. Nice defensive play by the Argyle Eagles. Defensive halfback for Argyle, Dale Petrozewski, broke up that pass play as Carlson was looking for Perry Grskravich. And it's fourth down for Stephen. They got to punt the ball. Jim Robertson of the Home Oil Company in Argyle is your Deep Rock fuel dealer. Give Jim a call, fill your fuel oil tank soon, and be ready for winter. Jim Robertson of the Home Oil Company. A beautiful punt all the way into the end zone. It'll come out to the 15-yard line. First down and 10 for Argyle. Boy, that was a beautiful kick by Schindley as he really got his foot into that one. Got a little help from the wind, too, as it switched around now to a northwesterly direction. It was blowing straight westerly at the start of the game. Wind is out of the northwest. The rain has stopped. And I tell you what, if it was a calm evening, it'd be beautiful here for football. But this wind is still making things mighty miserable. Argyle now with their second unit offensively in there. Bergeron, though, is still at quarterback. The give is right over the middle. Clock running down, 8:45 to go in this football game. Say, farmers, have your grain screenings made into pellets at Rivard Quality Seeds of Argyle. Check with Kenny Schuster for their special price on grain screening pellets. Top quality livestock feed at Rivard Quality Seed in Argyle. I formation in the backfield. Hand off to Wayne Fulleret. He's got a couple, but that's about it. Maybe a 2-yard gain. Good crowd on hand for this game here tonight in Argyle. Quite a few people have left and left early because of the weather, but still, I look at the cars that encompass the field here, and just a tremendous turnout for this homecoming game in Argyle here tonight. A lot of Stephen people here, too, backing the Tigers. Jay Labine takes the handoff, goes over the middle. He's got a couple of yards. Argyle now just going to contend themselves with running out the clock. And the officials have stopped the time right now. No, they were going to have a measurement, but they've lined it up and called it first down. First down and 10 for Argyle at their own 26-yard line. Loringer Foods is your clean, fresh, convenient grocery store in the Argyle Shopping Mall. Loringer Foods, a fun place to shop because everybody's so friendly. Loringer Foods in the Argyle Mall in Argyle. A great place to buy your groceries. I formation, fumble on the snap. And like I said, the weather now is starting to bother the players. Imagine the hands are getting pretty cold and numb out there right now. Bergeron fumbled the snap from center, just fell on the ball himself. But he managed to gain 2 yards in doing it. So it was not all lost on that first down play. It's second down and 8. Tell you what, I'd love to see these Argyle Eagles play the Middle River Skippers next Friday. That would be a whale of a ball game. Handoff. Bergeron gives it off right over the middle to Wayne Fulleret. And he's got a couple of yards. Third down play. Third and about 4 coming up. 3rd and 5, make it 3rd and 5 for Argyle. 6 minutes, 50 seconds left to go, fourth quarter. I formation, Bergeron on the option play, fakes the handoff, carries around the left side, and he's out just shy of midfield at the 38-yard line. Bergeron out to the 38. And that's enough for an Eagle first down. 1st and 10 for Argyle. 2 yards shy of midfield. Phil Heat from Phillips 66 and the Valley Oil Company in Argyle. Let the north wind blow and stay nice and warm this winter with Phil Heat. Talk to Mike St. Germain. He'll make sure your tank is kept full all winter. And when you need car work, car servicing, bring your car into Valley Oil Company and have Harlan Yell, their chief mechanic, do the work for you. Bergeron back to throw on the near side. The southpaw quarterback fires it incomplete. He was looking for number 84, and that apparently is a new face in the lineup, Keith Gruholt of the Argyle Eagles, the intended receiver, incomplete pass. You know, shopping makes a lot of sense. And also it makes a lot of sense to shop for a savings account. Check the interest. Check the money you have to have on deposit. Check out the plans available at the Argyle State Bank in Argyle. And Argyle State Bank will reward you with top interest on your savings dollar. Save for the future. Open an account Monday morning first thing at the Argyle State Bank. We get an offside called against the Argyle Eagles right before the snap of the ball. 5-yard penalty against Argyle puts the ball back at the 34-yard line. Well, the Eagles will be 3-0 at the end of this contest. 6 minutes, 17 seconds left to go. 5-0, 50 points on the board for Argyle here tonight. And they've shut out the Stephen Tigers. This is one fine football team Connie Lebarski has here in Argyle this year. Bergeron on the quarterback keeper around the end. To the near side, he's out of bounds at the 36-yard line in Tiger territory. And it's enough for a first down. Nope, excuse me. It's going to be about 4 yards shy of the first down. I lost sight of the first down marker on the far side of the field. Ball spotted at the 36-yard line. First down marker at the 31. We'll call it third down and a long 4. 6 minutes left to go in the football game. Jay Labine takes the pitch out from Bergeron. Breaks one tackle, and he gets to the 30-yard line. He has got the first down. First down marker at the 31. Jay Labine to the 30. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, too. Right now, the wind is starting to die down a little bit, and it's not too bad out here. Where was this when we needed it? That's right. Now the wind is dying down, and it's not too bad at all here in Argyle, weather-wise. Boy, it was miserable at the end of that first half. I've sat through some tough ones before, but that The end of the first half of this game, I think, has to rate right up there at the top. I remember one football game I did back in about 1973 when the Oakley Bobcats were playing the Kennedy Rockets up at Kennedy, and it was a playoff game, and I was doing the play-by-play of it from the top of one of Odin Langen's beat trucks up there at Kennedy, an afternoon game in November. And I thought that was cold and miserable, but I tell you what, when you get wet and get cold and miserable, then you know that you're shivering right down to the bones. My wife always tells me before I come do these games, do you have enough clothes with? And I told her tonight, boy, I've got the long johns on and everything. I'm ready. But I could have used a raincoat there at the end of the first half. 4 minutes, 45 seconds, time remaining on the clock. The Argyle Eagles have the ball inside the 40-yard line in Stephen territory, and they're just running down the clock. Bergeron, their quarterback, carrying the football, and he's down to the 12-yard line, knocked out of bounds there. 4:25 left to go in the fourth quarter. It's 50-0. That's right, 5-0. 50 points on the board for the Argyle Eagles here tonight. They've shut out the Stephen Tigers. Saving is something that everybody should do. You know, when it comes to looking ahead to the future, now is the time to open a savings account. The place to do it is at the Argyle State Bank, where you get top interest on your savings. The Argyle State Bank, hometown bank for the people in the Argyle area. Handoff over the middle, inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Jay Labine, the ball carrier. Clock continues to run. We're under 4 minutes to go in the contest. Every Thursday night is chicken special night at LaFon's Cafe in the Argyle Mall. And also coming soon, the Friday night fish specials will begin in October. And why don't you enjoy a Sunday dinner after church on Sunday at LaFon's Cafe in the Argyle Mall and book your Christmas party, your business meeting, your gathering that'll be coming up during the holiday season. Get it taken care of right now by talking to Doug LaFond at LaFond's Cafe. Bergeron, and he did not fake out everybody. He faked out the one side of the Stephen unit, but busting in there for the Tigers from the opposite side of where the play was run, and doing a good job sacking quarterback Bergeron for a loss on the play, number 71, Paul. Let's see if we can check him out for Stephen, because that fella does deserve some credit. Dan Schindley doing a nice job defensively on that last play for the Tigers. Flags right before the snap of the ball. Come on, fellas. Illegal procedure against the Argyle Eagles. 5-yard penalty against Argyle. 2:51 left to go, fourth quarter. 5-0, 50-0. Argyle leading Stephen. The Argyle Co-op Warehouse is proud to serve the rich Red River Valley farming area. They serve farmers with the finest in chemicals and fertilizer. And now, during the fall months, the best time to apply your anhydrous. Get it at the Argyle Co-op Warehouse. Full house backfield. Bergeron pitches back to Fulleret, and he tries to get around the corner and has nowhere to go. Brought down and tackled on the play. Nice solo tackle by the Stephen Tigers, 41. Let's check him out too, Paul. That was a nice defensive play by one of the Stephen defensive unit. New boy in the ball game, 4-1. Kenny Kuzna. Nice tackle there. Threw Fulleret for a loss. 2 minutes left to go in the game. Argyle with the ball. Bergeron pitches back to Jay Labine, and Labine is out of bounds at the 12-yard line. That'll stop the clock. Well, with the clock stopped with a minute 50 left to go in the fourth quarter, minute 50 left to go in the ball game, I want to take this opportunity to thank Vic Sletton and his crew here at Argyle for providing us with the broadcast facilities and for always being so congenial when we come here to do a game. Vic, thank you very much. My spotter and statistician, Paul Qualley, with me tonight, and old PQ hung in there. The elements of the weather were against us, but quality was tough, folks. Thank you very much, Paul, for helping me out with the spotting. Back at the studios, the fellow that sat there nice and warm when we were getting drenched at the end of the first half, and then he had the gall at halftime to play the song by Eddie Rabbitt called I Love a Rainy Night. Tell you what, Mike Weefald, you're top-notch when it comes to engineering during these ball games, but your selection of music that you play at halftime is a little bit morbid. I'm sitting in the car just shivering, trying to warm up and dry out, and what do I hear on the radio? I Love a Rainy Night by Eddie Rabbitt. Mike Weefald, our engineer tonight. Thanks, Mike, for doing a great job, keeping everything nice and tight. Production coordinator for this evening's broadcast was Jim Olson, and I'm Clark Hendrickson. I've enjoyed calling the play-by-play for you, and I guess I have to apologize a little bit for my play-by-play on this game because I know it has not been that great, but the elements of the weather were definitely against us, especially at the end of that first half. But thanks for being with us. We enjoyed being in Argyle here tonight. Stephen Tigers with the ball at midfield. Carlson, their quarterback, back to throw. Fires it long downfield, and he overshoots his intended receiver. 34 seconds left on the clock. Is that right? Vic Sletton, the Argyle superintendent, says the last home game they had here, the mosquitoes almost ate them alive. Well, I tell you what, if there were any mosquitoes up here tonight, they're down in Illinois right now because that wind, that wind put them down there nonstop. I think the jet stream came down and visited us this evening here in Argyle. We can laugh about it now, but it wasn't very funny at the end of the first half when we were getting pelted by rain. 30 seconds left to go in the ball game. There's a lot of talk nowadays about farm machinery. See the John Deere line of implements at Muzzy Farm Equipment in Argyle. Top quality service, nice selection of used machinery too, from your John Deere dealer, Muzzy Farm Equipment. For complete insurance services, see the Keith Solom Insurance Agency in Argyle. Keith offers personal service and he can tailor coverage to meet your needs. Keith Solom Insurance Agency of Argyle. Stephen Tigers with the ball. 20 seconds left on the clock. They want to pass. They want to try for a touchdown here. Carlson overshoots his intended receiver. For a sophomore, the kid's got a pretty good arm, but he didn't have much time to throw. Clock is stopped now with 14 seconds left in the game. One of my favorite people at Argyle is Mel Ethier. Now, Mel has been serving the Argyle residents here in this area of northwestern Minnesota since 1957. That means he's been around for 24 years. He's your Standard Oil and Amoco Petroleum Products man. And Mel, he always tells me that you always do well when you buy with Mel, and I believe it. Mel Ethier of the Ethier Oil Company. Tonight's ball game has been brought to you through the participation and the cooperation of the Argyle and Stephen Merchants and Bridgman Dairy Products. For the dairy best, make it Bridgman. 2 seconds, 1 second, that's it. The ball game is over, and the Argyle Eagles have shut out the Stephen Tigers here tonight, 5-0, 50-0. The Argyle Eagles over in the Stephen Tigers, 50-0. Argyle with 7 touchdowns here tonight, and let's see, 4 sets of extra points. Final score, Argyle over Stephen, 50-0. Back to the studios in Thief River Falls.